What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman. Now, in the sea of uncertainty that our Marvel Cinematic Universe leaks, there's always been one source that has a 100% track record and is usually first with the information. The same source that told us that Jude Law was in fact playing the villain Jan Rog and that Captain Marvel's cat was a Flurkin. The same source that gave us a first look at the quantum suits and confirmed that both Tony Stark and Bruce Banner's Hulk would be wielding the Infinity Gauntlet. None other than Marvel Studios' toy line, and more specifically the Funko Pops, and now they're at it again with the Eternals. We're going to issue the normal spoiler warning and then break down the two named new characters for the film, both the villain and another certain Celestial that we've already gotten a first look at, what it means for the upcoming plot. Like I said, we're going to break it all down, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button, we're giving away 2 PlayStation 4 Pros, as well as a whole slew of other Marvel related stuff, including a limited edition Infinity Saga box set. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment on this video, and if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So first things first, the normal spoiler warning for this type of thing. Sometimes the toys can get ahead of the films, something ends up getting cut in post-production, in which case the toy leaks are inaccurate, but in my experience in the last 2 years here at the channel, they're usually dead on the money, and especially the Funko Pops, considering how few they make and the fact that they only make them for main characters. In other words, there's a good chance these are 100% real, so if this is in any way going to ruin the Eternals for you, you've been warned. Now, yesterday we got an official list of all of the upcoming Funko Pops for the next wave, everything from NFL and NBA stars to Peppermint Lane, even Grey's Anatomy, but listed at the top was the main cast for the Eternals, and you can clearly see there the very first name is Arishem with a 10-inch listed next to it, and if you scroll down to the bottom of that list, right before the last Eternal, Dane Whitman, that's Black Knight, you'll see the name Crow. Now, starting with the former, it makes a lot of sense they would issue Arishem in a 10-inch, well, because he's a Celestial, and we've actually had our first look at him outside of the original concept art shown at San Diego Comic-Con 2019, and that was at the D23 Disney Expo as part of a mural. This is indeed him. Now, of course, the one above all is the leader of the Celestials, but as far as the leader of the Celestial hosts here on Earth, and there are 4 of them, Arishem would definitely be it. Now, without getting too far into the plot and how he's played in between the War of the Eternals and the Deviants before, he was part of a great culling of the Deviant race during what they call the second host visit, but we're not sure how far they're going to get into that in the Eternals, and I highly doubt they're going to end up culling the entire race of the Deviants in that film. That's of course the bloodline that Thanos is from, and we're expecting to see more of them, especially Thanos' family, and maybe even specifically a Lars, that's Thanos' father, that was used by name by the Red Skull during Infinity War. Now, speaking of the Deviants, that leads us directly to Crow, who is said to be the main villain of the upcoming Eternals, and makes sense for a lot of reasons. I was not surprised to see him on the list, although no one has mentioned him by name, not in any of the stuff that Disney has done or Marvel Studios officially. He hasn't been a part of any of the promotional art or plot leaks before, but Crow was definitely the very first villain of the Eternals, as he's the leader of the Deviants and first appeared in the first issue of Eternals, making him a fitting villain for their first appearance on the big screen. Now, surprise, he has a love interest in and a relationship that eventually falls apart with none other than Angelina Jolie's character and Eternals warrior Thena, and undoubtedly this is going to play a main role in the film, and more importantly, other than just looking like a red-tinted rejected lead singer for the band Disturbed, he's actually a quite powerful villain and really ramps up the power set of what's going on in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, sets both the Eternals and the Deviants apart from the superheroes that we've seen before, and really recontextualizes what it means to be powerful in the MCU. Despite his deviant heritage, he actually possesses a number of superhuman traits that are characteristics of an Eternal. He has this crazy mental control ability over both his body and his body processes, meaning he's about 20,000 years old, but is basically immortal because of his control, and can also shapeshift all the molecules in his body into crazy shapes. Now, this basically makes him indestructible. Although he's not immortal and invincible, he has been bested by some of the Eternals, which are also virtually immortal as well. And he does have limits to his strength and power, but way more powerful than most of the villains we've already seen, maybe except for Thanos and or Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet. Regardless, this is going to be a very interesting take on a villain that's definitely going to need a style upgrade. Also, quick side note, has been known to appear as a devil type creature or disguise himself as the devil to human beings in order to try to trick them. I think it's a way cooler look, all red with red horns, than obviously the sunglass and pointed ear look. Either way, we have no idea what to expect from both Crow and this franchise as a whole. The most famous quote from Kevin Feige about the upcoming project is that it would be full on Jack Kirby. Jack Kirby basically revolutionized the entirety of the comic industry, not only for his creations and his vision, but the way that he drew. He was a one-of-a-kind talent and basically redefined a lot of artwork to the point where a lot of artists are still trying to recreate what Jack Kirby did on the pages, and maybe there's going to be a sense of meta here as the Marvel Cinematic Universe attempts to do this with the franchise in a genre that, dare I say it, may have a hint of fatigue, but definitely has a ton of oversaturation. And if you need any more evidence of that, just look at how many superhero movies are set to come out over the next 24 months outside of the MCU slate alone. There are a ton, and even companies outside of Sony and DC now want to get in on the game. You see a ton of these popping up on Netflix series like The Boys, other superhero genre and superhero adjacent genre shows, simply because of the fervor that's happened in the last 10 years. And this all amounts to what? Well, any new MCU franchise, any first, comes out under the prism and guise of wanting to be that next new franchise, and something you haven't seen before but has huge shoes to fill, in that they've already done that and more than once, especially with a film like Guardians of the Galaxy, and hit the nail squarely on the head. There's so much pretense here, there's so many, should I say, things to live up to as far as what we've come to expect from a new franchise, how we felt about Captain America and Iron Man, the very first Spider-Man Homecoming, all of these first franchises. If they want to do it new and they want to do it exciting, they still have to do it with quality, and the same quality we've come to expect from a first film. And if they don't, because of trying something new, that's not necessarily a failure, but they have to be willing to accept maybe it not being received as well by the audience. Something like Captain Marvel, which again we've talked about at length here at the channel, isn't specifically Brie Larson's fault, but they tried to do some things tonally, some things thematically and stylistically, especially with the soundtrack, that didn't quite work with the scenes, and I think made the whole thing a little bit awkward, especially considering the way that Captain Marvel was written in that film as a very cocky character just starting her arc. Yeah, it felt like a different kind of film than we had seen in the Marvel Cinematic Universe before, but just not up to the quality that we were expecting from a first-time franchise like we had seen from Black Panther just the year before, and because of that, the whole thing fell kind of awkward. Now, of course, with no risk, there is no reward, and that's exactly in the spirit of Jack Kirby, and it's unyet seen what they're going to do with the Eternals film, but if it's truly holding to what Kevin Feige said in full-on Kirby, then this is going to be one of the newest and freshest superhero movies we've all seen in a long time, and hopefully will hit the nail on the head, something akin to Guardians of the Galaxy. Guys, let me know what you think down in the comments below. Had you ever seen this villain or heard of the Marvel character Crow before? Don't lie, I know you hadn't, and if you had, are you digging this amazing Disturbed Reject all red eyeglass look, or do you agree with me the him in disguise as a devil is a way cooler look, and how is Marvel Studios going to modernize, of all costumes, this one? Let me know all your thoughts down below in the comments, and quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. We're still giving away 2 PlayStation 4 Pros, the next of which is at the 650,000 subscriber mark. We're headlong into that. We'll easily hit that by month's end. All you have to do to be entered to win, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment on this video, and that'll automatically enter you to win all the rest of the prizes here at the channel, like the limited edition Infinity Saga box set. We gave the first one away on New Year's Eve. We'll be giving the second one away on the 2nd anniversary of the channel. If you want to be entered to win either of the prizes, the limited edition Infinity Saga box set, or either of the PlayStations, or any of the other prizes we give away here at the channel as we double down over the next couple of years, hopefully all the way up to 1 million. We always give away tickets to every Marvel and Marvel adjacent film, as well as DVDs and a whole slew of other Marvel related stuff. If you want to be entered to win, all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell with notifications turned on, leave a like and a comment on this video, and because it's truly random, the more videos you like and comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, and if you've missed any of the past winner announcements, especially here real recently, no worries. All you have to do is scroll back through the channel, look for the winner announcement in the sub count in the title, click on that video and scroll to the end. My name's Michael Roman, this is Everything Always. Guys, thanks so much for checking out the channel and stick around, we'll be posting again real soon.